Okay, different structures. So you have to identify different structures and related 1-2 marks question you have to know. Okay, for this sagittal section. So in the sagittal section, see here, so this is sagittal section of head and neck region. Okay, sometimes sagittal section along with the brain along with the brain section, that is also present. Okay, so in that viscera, you will also can be given OSPI question from different brain structures also, like corpus callosum, septum pellucidum, other ventricles, thalamus, hypothalamus, all those can be given. Okay, so in this sagittal section, first you will see this is section of the frontal sinus. Okay, this is frontal sinus. Here is the body of sphenoid. Within the body of sphenoid, this is sphenoid sinus. Okay, here this is nose, lateral wall of the nose is visible here. Silence everyone. তোরা এগিয়ে আয় তো ওইখানে, এখানে আয়, একদম টুল নিয়ে এখানে আসবি। তোদেরকে বলছি ওই গ্রুপটা এখানে এগিয়ে আয় টুল নিয়ে। কন্টিনিউয়াস গল্প করে যাচ্ছে। Okay, silence. So in the lateral wall of nose, you will see the 3 nasal turbinates. Okay, so this is superior turbinate, this is middle turbinate, inferior turbinate. Okay, so what is turbinate? Turbinate is bone which is parallelly lying bones and which is covered by the mucous membrane. Okay, if only in skull we will tell them concha. Okay, only bone is present in bone. So here it is covered with mucous membrane. That's why we are calling them turbinates. So always tell them turbinates. So this is superior nasal turbinate. This is inferior middle nasal turbinate, inferior nasal turbinate. And inferior concha is separate bone. Okay. And other two concha, superior and middle concha, these are parts of the ethmoid bone. Okay. So and just below these turbinates, there are meatus. So below the superior turbinate is superior meatus. Below the middle turbinate is middle meatus, and below the inferior turbinate is inferior meatus. Okay, so 3 turbinates and 3 meatus. And the structures opening in this meatus is very, very important, very frequently asked in your viva and also given in your OSPI. So in this superior meatus opens the posterior ethmoidal hair cells. Okay, remember it. In the middle meatus, you will see a bony bulging that is known as bulla ethmoidalis. And just below the bulla ethmoidalis, there will be hiatus semilunaris. Okay, in the hiatus semilunaris opens the maxillary sinus. Middle ethmoidal ear sinus opens on the bulla ethmoidalis or above the bulla ethmoidalis. Okay, and anterior ethmoidal ear sinuses also open into this middle meatus. Okay, so maxillary sinus, anterior and middle ethmoidal ear sinuses opens into this middle meatus. Okay, and there is a mucus pouching. Mucus pouching is known as infundibulum. And in this mucus pouching, this within the infundibulum opens the frontal sinus. Okay, this frontal sinus will open into the infundibulum, and that infundibulum is ultimately opening into this middle meatus. Okay, next into the inferior meatus. This is inferior meatus. At near its anterior end opens the frontonasal duct. Frontonasal duct is duct of the lacrimal sac. Okay, tear fluid is drained from the conjunctival sac. They are stored first in the lacrimal sac and then it is drained into this inferior meatus and it is vaporized. Okay, during our respiration, it is vaporized. So these are the different metastases and structures opening in this metastasis. You will see here. And anteriorly here you can see this part near the nasal opening, some part is covered by the skin. Okay, keratinized epithelium and you will see some hairs also. And that part is known as nasal vestibule. Okay, and nasal vestibule is lined above by the limen nasi. And this middle meatus continuous anteriorly here in front anteriorly into a depression that is known as atrium, and atrium is bounded above by the agar nasi. Okay, so this structure you will see and this sphenoid sinus posterior to this superior turbinate, here is the sphenoethmoidal recess. Okay, sphenoethmoidal recess. Here opens this sphenoidal sinus. Okay, sphenoidal sinus will open into this sphenoethmoidal recess. Next, we will go to the and posterior to the nasal cavity. Here is the nasopharynx, and there is nasopharyngeal opening of the auditory tube. You will see here, which is 1.25 centimeter posterior to this posterior end of the nasal turbinate. Okay, so here is the opening of the auditory tube, and at its posterior margin, posterior-superior margin of this opening lie this tubal tonsils. Okay, near this auditory tube lies the tubal tonsils, and this is nasopharyngeal tonsils. This is known as adenoid. Here lies the palatine tonsil in the palatine fossa in between the two arches. Okay, palatoglossal arch and palatopharyngeal arch. So here lies the palatine tonsil, and in the posterior 1/3 of the tongue, here lies the lingual tonsil. So all these tonsils are together forming the Waldeyer's ring. Okay, Waldeyer's ring is very important for your theory also. Okay, so you practice a diagram also for the Waldeyer's ring. So lingual tonsil, palatine tonsil, tubal tonsil, nasopharyngeal tonsil or adenoid, all those are together forming the Waldeyer's ring. See here the palate, this anterior 2/3 is the hard palate, okay, and posterior 1/3 is the soft palate, okay. And here you can see the teeth, tongue, and these are the lips. So these are the gums where the teeth are attached. So the space, this space between the lips and the gums, this is known as oral vestibule. Okay, oral vestibule. And you can see here this muscle, this fanning out, this muscle lying in this tongue, this is genioglossus muscle originating from here, from the superior genial tubercles. And this is mandible, this is section of mandible. Here you are getting section of the hyoid bone. These two are connected by the geniohyoid. Inferior genial tubercles are connected with the hyoid by the geniohyoid muscle. Okay. Next, you will see the structure of larynx. So, an opposite to this oral cavity, posteriorly lies this oropharynx. Okay, and in between the nasopharynx and oropharynx, this constricted area is known as pharyngeal isthmus. And this area connection between the oral cavity and oropharynx, this part is known as oropharyngeal isthmus. Okay, and oropharyngeal isthmus are formed by this palatopharyngeus muscles and its covering arch. Okay, so this is palatoglossal arch and palato in front of the tonsillar fossa, and posterior to the tonsillar fossa will be the palatopharyngeal arch. So the palatopharyngeal arch of the two sides, and above the soft palate and below this upper end of epiglottis All those are together forming the oropharyngeal isthmus. And here one muscle, a sling of muscle known as passavant ridge. Yes. This is palatine tonsil. Okay, so anterior to the palatine tonsil, here will be the palatoglossal arch, and posterior to the palatine tonsil will be the palatopharyngeal arch. Okay, I will show in this other diagrams are there. See here, this is tonsillar fossa. Here, palatine tonsil is lying. In front of this tonsillar fossa, here is the palatoglossal arch, and posterior to this tonsillar fossa, here will be the palatopharyngeal arch. Okay, understood? Okay. Okay, so this will be the oropharynx and oropharyngeal isthmus. Oropharyngeal isthmus is formed by the soft palate above, on the two sides palatopharyngeal arches, and below by this posterior 1/3 of the tongue mainly. Okay, so this boundary is asked in your viva, or and here this part is the pharyngeal isthmus, connection between the nasopharynx and oropharynx. It is formed by the passavant ridge. Okay, so muscular ridge covered by the mucous membrane. And this nasopharyngeal isthmus is closed by uplifting of this soft palate during intake of the food bolus. During passage of the food bolus, this nasopharyngeal isthmus is closed to prevent entry of food into the nasal cavity. Okay. So you will read it during deglutition, process of deglutition. You will read which opening is closing, which is opening during different phases are there. Next, we are going to the larynx and laryngopharynx. So this part is the laryngopharynx posterior to the laryngeal inlet. This is laryngeal inlet, and it is bounded on each side by the aryepiglottic folds, which contains the arytenoid, corniculate and cuneiform. These are laryngeal cartilages, and anteriorly bounded by this epiglottis, on the two sides aryepiglottic folds, and posteriorly arytenoid cartilages. Okay, and through this opening you enter into the larynx. Upper part is known as the vestibule of the larynx, and there are two folds inside the larynx. The upper one is known as the vestibular fold, lower one is the vocal fold. Okay, and in between the two folds a mucus pouching is there, that is known as saccule of larynx. Okay, and below this area is known as infraglottic area. These divisions of larynx comes in your theory. Okay, so above the vestibular fold is forms the false vocal cord. Okay, and this below it lies this true vocal folds. They are forming the vocal cords, true vocal cords. Above the vestibular fold, this part is forming the vestibule of larynx. In between the two folds, there is saccule of larynx, and below the vocal fold is the infraglottic compartment. And on the two sides of this aryepiglottic folds, there is pyriform fossa. Boundary of pyriform fossa is important. Okay, it is bounded medially by this aryepiglottic fold and laterally by the mucous membrane covering the inner surface of the lamina of the thyroid cartilage. Okay, this is the area pyriform fossa. Pyriform fossa is the site of attack of different foreign body. Foreign bodies are stuck here. Okay, and in smugglers they artificially deepen this pyriform fossa to hide valuable items, diamonds or something. All those are kept here. Okay, and in ruminating mammals like cow, buffaloes, in those this fossa is deepened. Okay, and they keep the food material there, and again they are take out in the mouth and chews again. Okay, So that's why the pyriform fossa is important. Pyriform fossa you prepare as a short note. Its boundaries, its importance are important. These are important for your theory. Okay, pyriform fossa. And see, this epiglottis is connected to the tongue via three folds. One will be median fold, median glossoepiglottic fold, and on the two sides will be lateral glossoepiglottic fold. And in between the median and lateral glossoepiglottic fold, this depression is known as vallecula. Okay, this is also important fossa of this head neck region. Okay, understood? Okay, so you come here, the dekhe rest pictures you see here. See, this is frontal sinus, sphenoid sinus. You sit down. Okay, so we have seen openings of all the sinuses. Okay, frontal sinus will open in middle meatus, sphenoid sinus in the sphenoethmoidal recess, maxillary sinus and anterior and middle ethmoidal air sinuses in the middle meatus, and this superior meatus opening of posterior ethmoidal sinuses, and inferior meatus nasolacrimal duct. Okay, this is summarization of openings of different structures. This is vestibule. See here, you can see this hair and blackish skin like structure, and above the vestibule this is Lyman nasi. Above this Lyman nasi, this depression is the atrium, and which is bounded above by a ridge that is known as agar nasi. Okay, so this is teeth, gum, in between the lips and gum here is the oral vestibule, hard palate, soft palate, here will be the pharyngeal isthmus. This is nasopharyngeal tonsil or adenoid. Here is the tubal opening 1.25 centimeter posterior to the inferior nasal concha. Okay, so this distance is important, asked in your viva. And above this tubal opening, here will be the tubal tonsil, here will be the posterior lingual tonsil in the posterior 1/3 of the tongue, and laterally will be the palatine tonsil. And this is hyoid, this is mandible, two tubercles, two pairs of tubercles from the superior genial tubercle, genioglossus entering into the tongue, and this is geniohyoid connected with the hyoid. Here is epiglottis, here you will see the thyroid cartilage. Thyroid cartilage is formed by two lamina and it is absent posteriorly. Okay, and these two lamina join anteriorly to form the Adam's apple, the prominence of the neck. Okay, Adam's apple. And these are the sections of cricoid cartilage. This is anterior lamina, this is posterior lamina of cricoid cartilage. Anterior lamina is narrow and posterior lamina is wider. Okay, so this is cricoid cartilage. Below it, these are the sections of the tracheal rings formed by the cartilage, C-shaped rings of cartilage, and posteriorly there is trachealis muscle. So posteriorly this cartilage will be absent. And in front of the trachea, here you can see section of the thyroid gland, isthmus portion of the thyroid gland. And see, this is laryngeal inlet, and this is vestibule, sacculopharynx, infraglottic part. Upper fold is vestibular fold, lower fold is the vocal fold. Okay. So, and this part is nasopharynx, this part is oropharynx, and this part is laryngopharynx. And below it, esophagus starts at the level of C6 vertebra. Esophagus will start. Here also you can see epiglottis, vestibule, vocal fold, vestibular fold, infraglottic part. Okay, here is the thyroid cartilage, cricoid posterior lamina, anterior lamina will be below it. So this is tongue, genioglossus, geniohyoid, oral vestibule, nasal vestibule, atrium, Lyman nasi, agar nasi, three turbinate, superior, middle, inferior turbinate, three meatases, superior, middle, inferior meatus, and this is opening of the auditory tube, pharyngeal opening of auditory tube, And here is the sphenoethmoidal recess where the sphenoid sinus is opening, and this is frontal sinus opening into this middle meatus through infundibulum. And the hard palate, soft palate, this is palatine fossa containing palatine tonsil. Okay, palatoglossal arch connecting palate with the tongue, and palatopharyngeal arch. From the palate, it is going towards the pharynx. Okay, and this part will be the oropharyngeal isthmus. Here will be the pyriform fossa lateral to the aryepiglottic folds. Okay. Okay, all these structures today we will see. Okay, and sections of brain if available in the viscera we will see tomorrow. Okay. Okay, so these folds are prominently visible. This is tonsillar fossa, palatoglossal arch, palatopharyngeal arch. Okay, and here in this region, pyriform fossa. This is a nasal cavity, nasopharyngeal opening of the auditory tube. Okay, nasopharynx. This part is oropharynx, laryngopharynx. Here will be the tongue, genioglossus, geniohyoid, hyoid bone, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, vocal fold, vestibular fold, sacculopharynx, vestibule, infraglottic part, and this is laryngeal inlet. Okay. Okay, so all these structures we will see. Okay, you see here in both the specimens. First, see here, nasal septum is present. This is nasal septum. In the diagram, we have seen lateral wall of the nose. Okay, so in if on viscera it is present, I will show you. So here you see this is nasal septum. So this is posterior nasal opening. Okay, or choana, posterior nasal opening or choana. And see, this is anterior nasal opening, and see here the hairs are present. So this part is known as nasal vestibule here. Okay, and here you can see the upper lip, this is lower lip, upper jaw and teeth, lower jaw and teeth. In between the lips and the jaws, this part is known as the vestibule. Okay, vestibule, oral vestibule, this is oral vestibule. This is hard palate, you can feel the bone. Okay, up to this level the bone is present. So this is anterior to third, this is hard palate, and posteriorly this part is known as the soft palate, and this is musculus uvuli. Okay, this part is known as musculus uvuli, and this is pulled upward to close this nasopharyngeal isthmus. So this constricted part is known as, here lies the nasopharyngeal isthmus. So soft palate is pulled upward to close this nasopharyngeal isthmus during deglutition. Okay, and here you see this is opening of the eustachian tube, this part, this opening. You have seen everyone where I have put this forceps. This is opening of the eustachian tube. Okay, and this opening lies 1.25 centimeter posterior to the inferior nasal turbinate, and this elevation you can see posterior superior to this opening. This elevation is caused due to tubal tonsil. Okay, and here lies the adenoid or nasopharyngeal tonsil. This is prominent in children, adenoid, and gradually it regresses, adenoid. And see here, this is this part will be the nasopharynx, here will be the oropharynx, and below here will be the laryngopharynx. Larynx portion have been cut in this specimen. Okay, and see here in oral cavity, so this is tongue. Okay, and this tongue is connected with the floor of the mouth by a mucus fold that is known as frenulum lingui. Okay, here this mucus fold is known as frenulum lingui. Okay, and you can see over the tongue, see V-shaped sulcus. Okay, This is anterior two-third. Anterior two-third of the tongue, you can see this rough area. These are the papilla, mainly filiform papilla, okay. And this is V-shaped sulcus, okay. And in front of this V-shaped sulcus, see these rounded structures, these are circumvallate papilla, okay. And here where the two limbs of the V is joining, here is another foramen cecum. Foramen cecum you have seen in the skull bone. Here is another foramen cecum. From here, thyroglossal duct invaginate downward to form the thyroid gland, okay. And this posterior to this sulcus, this posterior one-third of the tongue, it contains the lingual tonsil, okay. So here will be the lingual tonsil, and see this fossa, this is known as tonsillar fossa, okay. Tonsillar fossa bounded anteriorly by the palatoglossal arch. So this arch will be the palatopharyngeal arch of two sides, and this soft palate above and posterior one-third of the tongue. These are forming boundary of the oropharyngeal isthmus, okay, which through this isthmus, this oral cavity is connected with the oropharynx, okay, understood. And this pharyngeal isthmus is the junction between the nasopharynx and oropharynx. And see this one, this is the epiglottis, okay. Epiglottis, it was forming the boundary of the laryngeal inlet, and from the upper margin of epiglottis, from this level below it lies the laryngopharynx up to the level of C6 vertebra, okay. Larynx portion is removed here, and you can see this epiglottis is connected with the tongue via this folds, mucus folds. This is median glossoepiglottic fold, this is lateral glossoepiglottic fold, okay. And this depression on the two sides of the median glossoepiglottic fold, these depressions are known as vallecula, okay. And lateral to this lateral glossoepiglottic fold, and on lateral to this ariepiglottic fold, in this location will be the pyriform fossa. So এখানে যদি আসে না, এখানে তো আবার oral cavity নেই, okay. Pyriformis fossa, ওই টাং ল্যারিংস ফ্যারিংস এর ভিসেরাটা হয়েছে তোদের? ওটা তো দেখেছিস তো, ভ্যালেকিউলার পাইরিফর্ম ফোসা দেখেছিস তো? তাহলে ওই রকমই থাকবে, ওটাতে যেমন দেখেছিস, আর ওই ভোকাল ফোল্ড ওগুলোও দেখেছিস তো তাহলে, ঠিক আছে। ওগুলোও থাকে, মানে একসঙ্গে অনেক সময় এই অবধি থাকে, ওটা নেক পোর্শনটা তো নেই অলমোস্ট। অ্যান্ড সি দ্য সাইনাসেস, এটা হচ্ছে sphenoidal air sinus and this is frontal air sinus, okay. আর এখানে see this muscle is the genioglossus, okay, going from here to the tongue, from the superior genial tubercle to the tongue, genioglossus. And this is hyoid bone, this is hyoid bone, this muscle connecting this inferior genial tubercle with the hyoid bone, this is geniohyoid, okay. Genioglossus and geniohyoid. So all these are visible here. Here also you can see, here teeth and this part is removed, so only oral vestibule, this part is oral vestibule, okay. Hard palate, soft palate is also removed, and here you can see the pharyngeal opening of the auditory tube, and posterior nasal opening known as the choana. And this is nasal vestibule. Nasal vestibule ta ekhane bhalo dekha jacche, dekh skin line, this black portion with hairs, this is nasal vestibule, guarded above by the Lyman nasi, okay. Here also sphenoidal air sinus, here is the frontal air sinus, and here you will see the cranial fossa, anterior cranial fossa, middle cranial fossa, posterior cranial fossa. Here is attachment of the, these are duras, okay. So here will be attachment of the tentorium cerebelli, okay. Lyman nasi, Lyman nasi, which is this black area, এটা হচ্ছে vestibule, তার উপরে যেখান থেকে এই মিউকাস মেমব্রেন ইজ পিঙ্কিশ, সো যেটা জাংশন ওখানে ওই জায়গাটাকেই বলে লাইমেন নাজাই, মিউকোকিউটেনিয়াস জাংশন বলে। ওকে, বোঝা গেছে তাহলে? এইটুকুই আপাতত দেখা যাচ্ছে। কারো কোনো কোয়েরি আছে? And see here this is foramen magnum. Okay, through the foramen magnum passes this spinal cord. This is spinal cord along with this meninges passing through this foramen magnum. Okay, the occipital bone. This is sphenoid, basiocciput and basisphenoid forming the clivus. Here the brain stem was lying. This is basilar artery. Okay, basilar, lying in the basilar groove inferior to the pons. And see here in the internal acoustic meatus entering the cranial nerves. Okay, 7th or 8th cranial nerve hobe eta. Okay, and ekhane dekh 9, 10th, 11th coming out through the foramen. Bol eta ki jugular foramen here. Okay, here হ্যাঁ, এখানে হচ্ছে 7, 8 ইন্টারনাল অ্যাকোস্টিক মেটাস, আর 9, 10, 11। ওকে,
আপনি যেটা বললেন এই নাকের ভেস্টিবিউল যেটা রয়েছে ওইটা এই মিউকাস মেমব্রেনের মাঝখানের পার্টটা জাংশনটা,
হ্যাঁ লাইমেন নাজাই। আর তার উপরে এটা যেহেতু সেপ্টা এখানে দেখানো যাচ্ছে না, ল্যাটারাল ওয়াল থাকলে ওখানে থাকবে ওই লাইমেন নাজাইয়ের উপরে হবে অ্যাট্রিয়াম, আর তার অ্যাট্রিয়ামের উপরে যে জাংশন তাকে এগার নাজাই বলে, এগার নাজাই। ওকে ওকে, দ্যাটস অল। আর এখানে দেখো এই ডুরা ফোল্ডস গুলো আছে, দেখ এগুলো দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি, এটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট। See, these are the dura matters. This is falx cerebri, this one. Okay, কিছুটা কেটে গেছে। falx cerebri, this is tentorium cerebelli. So above the tentorium cerebelli here will be the brain cerebrum, cerebral hemispheres will lie here, and below the tentorium cerebellum here lie the cerebellum. Okay, cerebellum and the brain stem in front. Okay, understood? Here also you can see this internal acoustic meatus here. No, এটা internal acoustic meatus, এখানে jugular foramen. Okay, okay, that's all. আর কিছু কোয়েরি আছে এখানে বল, তাহলে লেন্থ জিজ্ঞেস করে না, কি দিয়ে ফর্ম হয়? প্যাসাভেন্ট রিজ দিয়ে ফর্ম হয়। ওকে, প্যাসাভেন্ট রিজ ওটা মাসেলের একটা ইউ শেপেড স্লিং অফ মাসেল। ওকে, ওটা হচ্ছে এই যে এই টিউবাল ওপেনিংটা কত দূরে থাকে, টিউবাল ওপেনিং অফ দ্য অডিটরি টিউব lies 1.25 centimeter behind the inferior nasal concha. ওকে, বুঝতে পেরেছি? এই যে এখানে এই দিক থেকে দেখ, এই ইনফিরিয়ার নেজাল কঙ্কাটা এখানে ভেতরে দেখা যাচ্ছে, ওর পোস্টেরিয়ার এন্ড থেকে ডিস্টেন্স, এই অডিটরি টিউবের ওপেনিং এর ডিস্টেন্স